Episode 6. So, as we've discussed in past episodes, art is really the only thing that Selena Gomez really likes. So, she wants to turn their basement into an art studio for herself. So, she starts like clearing stuff out of the basement uh, without the permission of the rest of the family in order to bring her art supplies down to the basement and make her own little art studio. Everybody else in the family was kind of pissed off about that because, like, why are you moving our shit around, bro? Without our permission, just to take over the space for yourself. But Selena Gomez is entirely self centered and doesn't care about anybody else or anybody else's feelings. So, she is doing that, and then Harper comes along, and is she brings up this sob story. Oh no, my family's moving away. They're going to straight up do not remember where, Iowa or Antarctica or who knows. Her parents are moving, and everybody's like, oh no, Harper, you're leaving. Oh no, except Selena Gomez's twunk brother, who really cannot stand the fact that Harper is constantly sexually harassing him. But they don't care about his problems. So she's telling them this sob story, like, well, I'm going to have to move almost immediately. Bye, everybody. And they're like, well, we've been clearing out the basement. How about you come in and move into our basement? Which apparently was her plan the whole time. She manipulated them into inviting her to move into the basement. And so she picks up her phone and is like, hey, Mom, it worked. I'm moving in with the Gomez family. And so they allow her to move in. But Selena Gomez is still trying to get her art studio into that basement. So she's basically like crowding Harper into a corner in the basement. Anyway, what ends up happening is she realizes, oh wait, I have magic. I can make my art studio as small as possible and take up no space, just a little corner, if I shrink myself down. So she finds a dollhouse that she had as a child, and she shrinks herself down to fit into the dollhouse and shrinks down all of her art equipment. So like she can just be like, whatever the spell is to shrink myself down, I'm going to shrink myself down. And then she goes down into the art studio in her dollhouse and does art as much as she wants. Well, that kind of works until her mom is in the basement and looking for stuff to get rid of and is like, hey, look, here's this old dollhouse that Selena Gomez hasn't played with in many, many years. Let's go and donate this to a neighborhood girl. So they donate it to a neighborhood girl. Neighborhood girl is so excited. Yeah, I'm going to have a dollhouse. Little does she know that Selena Gomez is inside the dollhouse at the time. And so they give away the dollhouse with Selena Gomez in it. Selena Gomez's wand like falls out while they're carrying it and is just missing. And so Harper is the only one who knows about this, other than Selena Gomez, who's trapped in a dollhouse in her miniaturized form with no ability to bring herself back. So she's talking to Harper, and Harper's like, oh, well, I'll just get your twunk brother to come and help, and he'll be able to solve all of this. But Selena Gomez is adamant. She's like, you're not getting my twunk brother to help me. I'm going to do this myself. I'm going to figure out a way. And Harper's like, come on, just get your twunk brother to help. But Selena goes, nope, I'm going to figure it out. And so Selena Gomez is like trying to brainstorm ideas, and all of them are shitty. Nothing works. And eventually she's like, hey, Harper, can you get my twunk brother to help? So Harper asks her twunk brother, but twunk brother is like, you know what, the way I can help right now is by teaching her a lesson on how to solve your own problems. So I'm not going to get involved. I'm going to have her figure it out on her own. Well, meanwhile, Selena Gomez's little brother is doing his own little thing. He's trying to make money in little ways. He's like selling trash from their house. He's a weird little kid. I don't know. He's like finds stuff under his bed in his room that's like moldy and gross, and he's selling it like a garage sale, like people want to buy this stuff. And for some reason that nobody understands, it kind of works. But long story short, how does this work? I don't understand. So Selena Gomez's little brother trades the trash for the what? Whoa. It doesn't make sense, and I'm trying to wrap my brain around it again. And the little brother got the money by selling the trash or something. Anyway, it ends up being that the little brother ends up with all the money. However this little three-way trade works out. Little brother ends up with the money. Twunk brother ends up like, hey, I just fucking saved you by he was selling his doll collection, his action figure collection. And then the little brother thought, I don't know. It's a complex little loop. I'm not going to figure it out. But Twunk brother sold the action figure collection. Lil brother bought the action figure collection back using the trash, and you somehow, I don't know. Lil brother works it all out so that he gets the money, and Selena Gomez's dollhouse is back, and then she ends up finding a way to get back. It's way too complicated of a maneuver that ends up with Selena Gomez's twunk brother pissed off because he just gave up his action figure collection, for saving Selena Gomez. In episode 7, Harper is living with Selena Gomez's family full time now. She is training to run a marathon. So she's like running on this treadmill in the basement that apparently is very loud, and she uses background noise that's the sound of lions chasing her because she thinks that she runs faster when she hears the sounds of lions chasing her. And it deeply disturbs Selena Gomez because she's trying to sleep and can hear the sound of roaring lions and can't sleep. Anyway, Selena Gomez's parents are extremely proud of Harper, and they're like, "Oh, this is the first one of our family who will make us proud." And first of all, Harper is not really part of their family. She's living there temporarily while her parents are who the fuck knows where, in Ethiopia or Jamaica or North Dakota or something. One of those things. But Selena Gomez's twunk brother is particularly offended by this because, I mean, he's won all sorts of things, robotics competitions. He's really great at academics. You know, he's the president of the art decoration committee or whatever. He's in all these sorts of extracurricular events, and he's great at magic. He's fantastic in every way, but his parents are like, yeah, well, none of that stuff is athletic, so it doesn't really count. And that deeply offends him. So he decides he's also going to train for a marathon. And he's going to run the same marathon with Harper and prove everybody wrong. He's as good at athletics as Harper is. Spoiler, it doesn't work. So Selena Gomez's twunk brother starts training inside the restaurant. He's like running and stretching and doing all sorts of training activities while there are people just like trying to sit at their damn tables and eat their food. But apparently nobody comments on that. I feel like, first of all, it's just rude to the customers. But second of all, there probably are some sort of health code or safety standards that he should be meeting. Like, if he's running in the restaurant, he's going to trip and fall, or he's going to run into somebody or knock over somebody's food or something. He should not be allowed to be doing this inside a restaurant. He's usually the prudent one, but he's going to commit some torts here. But anyway, Harper is just starting to train for a marathon. She's never done a marathon before. She's never done a half marathon or a 10K or a 5K even. She's just learning how. And so, like, at the rate she's going, it's going to take years for her to learn how to do this. And Selena Gomez is pissed off because, like, she wants to sleep. She doesn't want to deal with Harper training for a marathon all the damn time. So she uses a spell that's a pre-existing spell in their spell book. The finish a marathon spell. Why does this spell already exist? They improvise all of the time. There was one episode, like a season ago or so, where Selena Gomez's then twink, now twunk brother, had to make up a spell as part of like a project to bring fame to their name. But they make up spells all the damn time. But this is not something that Selena Gomez has made up. This is something she looks up in the book and has found, hey, look, somebody already has created a finish a marathon spell. What? Why? But she uses the finish a marathon spell on Harper, and Harper becomes instantaneously able to do a marathon in record speed. And so Harper does the marathon like literally the following day or something, and completes it lickety-split. And she has record time. Great. Fantastic. Harper has brought pride to the family name, even though she doesn't have the family name. This is a problem for Twunk, because he does not do anywhere near as well as Harper on the marathon. Let me look at my notes and see if there's anything else we need to address. Oh, so Selena Gomez, it comes out that Selena Gomez did this spell to Harper to allow her to finish the marathon. Well, apparently this is not the first time she has done this. She has repeatedly, throughout their lives, used magic to give Harper a little boost in things. There was a 5th grade spelling bee where she had used magic to have Harper know how to spell words. There is a spell book called the Cheater's Book of Spells that she has used repeatedly to help Harper complete tasks. So what ends up happening, there was a jump roping competition also that Harper won because of the Cheater's Book of Spells. So what they end up doing, because Harper is completely offended, like, have I ever succeeded in anything in my life just on my own talent? And so they set up rematches of all of these. Like they found the 5th grade spelling bee competition people. They found the people in the jump rope competition, and they brought them back to do rematches with Harper. And Harper just gets creamed. She cannot do it without Selena Gomez, and like that's bad. Like you've now crushed your best friend's sense of self-esteem. But they do the rematches, they all fail, and really, this is kind of a low point for Selena Gomez. Like she's crushed her best friend's dreams, and her twunk brother has been like also he's had his self-esteem brought down by all of this, and for what? Because she wanted to avoid having her best friend train when she was trying to sleep or whatever. Like buy some fucking earplugs, bro. Come on, Selena Gomez. You had one episode like a season ago where you were in the right the whole time, but Selena Gomez is a piece of shit in this episode. In episode 8, Selena Gomez gets a little boyfriend in her art class. So they're both really enthusiastic about art, and they're admiring each other's artwork, etc. So they start like flirting a little bit, and he's like, "Yeah, well, my name's Fenrir Greyback," and she's like, "Well, my name's Selena Gomez." And so then they start hanging out and doing art stuff together. And they start referring to themselves as an art couple. Um, so they've decided that they're going to bring paintings to class for each other. And she does one that's just like super silly. She is like walking down the street and sees this art vendor who has painted a picture of like it's a Revolutionary War themed painting, but all of the people have dogs' faces. And she thinks it's just fucking hilarious. Like, this is a dumb painting. How could anybody think that this is a reasonable painting to do? I'm going to buy this and I'm going to show it to Fenrir Greyback as a joke. And so she takes that. He comes to art class the following day with a painting that he spent all night working on. And it's like Betsy Ross with a dog face. And so he's a little bit offended that she thought that Revolutionary War paintings with dog faces are hilarious. And he thought it's a wonderful work of art. So this has created a little bit of strain in their relationship. So what she ends up deciding to do is she takes a magical conch shell and she blows into it. It's like, and what ends up happening is she becomes his muse. And it's not clear from this which muse she is. It's either Erato or Thalia, throwing in a little joke there for the muse fans. But anyway, meanwhile, so what ends up happening is he ends up painting only paintings of her, and he's like obsessed with painting her. It's like, just gonna draw as much Selena Gomez as I possibly can. Gonna get chalk and do chalk paintings in the street. And if it rains, I'm gonna keep on doing chalk drawings of Selena Gomez, even through the rain, as it washes off. And so that becomes a little bit of a problem. He's a little bit too obsessed with drawing pictures of Selena Gomez. Meanwhile, Selena Gomez's twunk brother is trying to find his vampire girlfriend who's been abducted by the mummy. So his dad comes up with a clever solution. Well, here are these like backward facing goggles. So he like puts on these goggles. They're really silly looking, but it's like fucking Super Mario tubes from the front of his eyes looking back on both sides. And so he puts on these goggles and he sees behind him. And what this ends up doing is if he looks into the mummy's eyes, he does not become its servant. Because if you recall from a few episodes ago, if you look into the mummy's eyes, you become its servant. Well, these magical backward facing goggles prevent that. So what they're Selena Gomez's dad and little brother are helping Selena Gomez's twunk brother train to fight the mummy. So they're like, okay, we'll put on these goggles, and your little brother's going to try to sneak up on you and attack you, and you have to be able to repel his attack using these backward-facing goggles, etc. So they're doing this whole thing throughout the episode. Selena Gomez's little brother is sneaking up on Selena Gomez's twunk brother in order to try to catch him. Eventually, twunk brother gets better at it and is able to repel the attacks. So he's almost ready to go fight the mummy. But that's about all the episode. At the very end of the episode, Selena Gomez's little brother mentions as sort of an apology, like, "Hey, remember that time when I released all of those monsters on the town? One of those was the mummy, and it took away your girlfriend. So in a way, you could kind of blame me for all of this." And it's like, yeah, he could. It's kind of all Selena Gomez's little brother's fault that all of this happened. All of the monster hunters, except Selena Gomez's twunk brother, got killed, and his girlfriend got taken away by the monster.